Hello again, everyone. See my beautiful lion? Isn't he gorgeous? I'm going to try and make a soap that looks like a lion. Anyway, we're here for sewing. First thing I wanted to show you, my client sent me a document with a bunch of pictures of garments that she wants. This is what we're going to be working on now. And zooming in into the bust area to look at the dart style. It is an arm-side princess. Now they brought this really far down into the armhole, real far down, and I'm not going to do that because it seems to add puckers right in through here, and I don't like how that looks. I also don't like how this has curled up on that seam right there. It seems to me it's not a well-made garment if it has this wrinkle in here. Maybe it should have been for a different model, but it just looks ill-stitched right here, I think. Anyway, she wants it out of the gray fabric that we've been working on. And if you notice right here, here's her waist right here. And right here, through and through here, is the high hip line. So and then this is just a little peplum. And then it looks like she has a pencil skirt going on with that. You can't really see any darts there, so I'm just going to put a 2 dart back, 1 dart front pencil skirt with a slit in the back. Let's go over to Pattern Master Boutique. I've already got her chart up. I'm going to go into the blouses. Wait for this thing to come up. Okay, first we know it's going to be a classic blouse with a jewel neck front, and we're going to drop that down a little bit, and a jewel neck back, and I want a back zipper. The way that this looks at the neckline is it might be dropped about a 1/2 inch. So let's go into our neckline settings, front neck depth. Let's give it about maybe 3/4 inch. That looks pretty nice. And actually we need to go in here and do sleeveless because that's going to bring the armhole in slightly. And then we do back zipper. Let's make sure our neckline stayed. No, it did not. Front neck depth, we went to 3/4 inch. Okay. Now we're not going to have any kind of seam allowances right now because we have to go in here and cut this apart. Darts. Arm side princess, front and back. And I know that other than an adjustment at the shoulder for this client, this is a good fit. That's why I can go ahead and make it. All right. Now here's something I wanted to show you. You could go, where is it? Here. You could go with a classic peplum, but this hits at the waist. Right here. Here's your waistline dart. And then they have taken the rest of the sloper, or the rest of the classic blouse pattern, and rotated the rest of this back torso dart, back hip dart right here. They've rotated it to create this very demarked curve right in through here. So I don't think that that's going to work because I would have to add that dart back in. It's going to be easier for me to go with a sleeveless and then go in and cut it apart at the waist. Now I've done that before. It turns out real nice. Okay, settings. Let's make sure we didn't lose our settings. And no, okay. This is basically all it is. This is the entire design that we're going to start with. So let's save. And I've already saved this. Of course, I've already made the entire pattern and I've started working on it. I saved it as Amy's Ralph Lauren green peplum top. That was for the top. And then I made a pencil skirt. So let's go back. No, we don't want to save it. Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong one, didn't I? No, don't want to save it. Next thing, you go in, after you've saved that, go ahead and open it up in Pattern Editor. You can see down here that I've already got my Pattern Editor. Here is the top right here. Here's your facings and everything. Now I've already merged in the pencil skirt, which we're working on now. So let's go back into garments again. Skirts. I want a classic with a waistband. I want it knee length. Back darts I want 2, front darts I want 1. And I want this tapered. That's what gives it the pencil line. Now we're really going to do a split in the back. This is going to be a back zipper. And we're going to split it from here, oh, maybe 6-7 inches, something up there. I'll have to test it on her and see where the back of her knee hits, and we'll do it right around in that area. Okay, so we would then save this. There's nothing on here that is really a big deal other than going in, and actually you don't even need to change your seam allowances, because there's really nothing you're going to change on these pieces right here. So you can go ahead and print them out like that. So then you would save that. And I did it Amy Ralph Lauren green pencil skirt. No, I don't want to save that because I've already done that. And then you had already gotten your pattern editor open when you created your top. Go ahead and hit your file merge, FM, and then open up the pencil skirt pattern and bring it in as well. Now here is where we start designing. We're going to take, okay, why is that doing this? I didn't want to pan. I want to take these right here. I want to copy them and bring them down over here. It's zoom selected and then zoom out a little bit. Now we're going to arrange. We know that this guy will go over here. This guy is going to go over here. I'll get in there and tighten that up. And then this is the front, and it's going to go over here. Let's get in here and zoom in here. Zoom window. Why are you not doing my commands? I don't know why it's been acting cantankerous. I've noticed in the last update we no longer have a choice of facings or full lining, which is disturbing to me, because I like to have the choice as to whether just to do facings or to do a full lining. Usually I will create my lining from my facings. That looks pretty bad. Let's get in here and zoom in a little bit more, and then we'll pull it down. Still not right. Let's get back closer in here then and see if I can get it exact. That looks good. Zoom selected. Let's go down here and get this puppy here lined up with the left one. Yeah, my son's home. He's got his TV on back there. I thought he was going to be going out tonight. Before he goes out, I'd really like for him to stop by. I could deal with the Taco Bueno. All I know is I am hungry. There. Let's check it. Not quite. You know me, I'm a little misprecise here. And a tad bit over. Let's try getting it back in here. Yeah, see, that's not right. Got that. Okay. Zoom selected, and then we've got this last one to do. Let's get in just a little tighter. Okay, that looks pretty good. Next thing we need to do, we're not breaking these apart yet, we're not ungrouping. We do need to create some waistlines though. LI. First let's measure. You guys have watched me do this before. We're looking at about 22 inches. So let's focus in here. LI. Let's right click here. Hold your shift key or your control key down so you get your perfect horizontal line, and then hit 22. Alright, now we need to kind of scoot over this way because we're going to be dragging that line to meet here. Make sure you go perfectly horizontal. Let's go ahead and zoom in and make sure we got that on that line. It looks like it. Zoom previous. Zoom out. Let's just zoom selected and get that entire line. It doesn't look like it's lined up right here correctly, but it is. Okay. Let's zoom out. Now, we know we're going to do, we're going to move this point a little bit out. Right click, pull out. Okay, I want a line, LI, and then I'm going to right click on this end point here. She's got an 8-inch hip drop. Pull it perfectly vertical and then hit 8. There's your 8-inch hip drop. Now I want to locate the midpoint, LM. There's your midpoint right there. Let's group these two objects so we can keep them together. Control G is group. Now, we're going to make a duplicate copy of this line. CO, copy object, 1, tap it, drag it down to meet at that point right there. Let's put some text in. This is the waistline. And we're going to do that again. This is the high hip line. Now let's select those two text objects, and we're going to make 3 copies of each. We want this on every one of these patterns. Click once and just kind of drag it over until you have the notation on every pattern in a place that you can view it. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's zoom out a little bit. Still giving me fits on my shortcut keys. Let's go this way because I want to copy all this and then I'll break all this apart. Let's copy object 1. Okay, it's not doing it. Copy object 1. Now let's select all these and break them apart. Control U for ungroup. What we need to get is just this section at the high hip line here apart from all of this. So all of the body pieces are going to now end at the high hip line instead of at the hip line, which this is. We can tell from our 8-inch measurement from the waistline down that this garment is meant to end at the hip line. Alright, so what we need to do next, we're going to go in here and break some lines. We need to break our vertical lines. So let's break that here. Double tap. Hit your space bar key. We're going to break this line. Double tap. Click once. Double tap. Now I don't think it'll work with a right click, and besides, left click on a regular click on a laptop is far easier. Click once to select, double click at your break point, and then you just continue on with all of your vertical lines. Now this guy and this and this guy and this we want to copy, because we want to maintain where our grain line should be. We're probably going to end up moving our grain line over to the center front and the center back just to give it some curvature. But I want to at least keep that there so I know what's going on. Okay, where were we? This line? Yes, break. Select the line. Double tap at the break point. And here. Ugh. And I'm going to go ahead and break this line apart. And I'll right click on that dot. See, it didn't work. Select. I did. Oh, I know what's happening. It's because they are grouped. That's why. Okay, we're going to ungroup that. Control U. And then we're going to try it again. BR for break. Click the line. I'm going to right click on that point. See what happens. And right click again. That worked. Okay, so we've gotten all of that. Let's zoom out. Now we need to select, actually we need to do some breaking on this line right here. So let's go in and select this line, ZS, and let's do some breaking right here. Here, here. Just 3 taps and that'll get it right there. And here. I'm going to break this line here too. Okay, let's zoom out again. Now we need to collect all of this right here. And we need to make, we need this line. No, we don't need that line. We don't need this, and we don't need this. We do, however, need this and this. Let me zoom in there. Okay, we need this grain line and this grain line and the arrow point. Okay, ZS for zoom selected. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. Then I'm going to scroll down. Let's copy that and drag it down. Let's move the point on this grain line to come down here. And let's do that again for this one. To come down here. Let's kind of scoop up these points here. Make copies of those. And we'll pull them down too. kind of stick them down. All right. Next thing we need to do is to separate the back from the front. Now, in order to do that, we're going to do some intersecting here to here and from here to here. We also need to go ahead and intersect these darts. This is a dart from here to here and up here. And over here. I think this one didn't go. That's better. Okay, so now we're going to select the back and move it out of the way. Now here's one that we don't want to get. And we really don't want that one either. Let's kind of scunch him out of the way and see what happens. Okay, so we've separated the back from the front. Let's get these two guys out of the way. There we go. Let's just scoot them out of the way. Next thing we have to do is to close up this dart. So let's go ahead and get in here. Now we can do a dart transfer. Move dart point, true dart, where is it? Slash pivot, dart transfer. Let's show you how to do a dart transfer. This is going to be the new dart opening right down here, and I'm going to right click it. Snap to dart point, right click. Snap to one end of the dart leg, snap, right click, other end, right click, and then you grab all of these pieces here. And one down here. You need one of these. Okay, apply 100%, and we are turning it clockwise. That closed up that dart. Next thing you need to do is to draw an arc, just a gentle arc from here to here. So if you do this, you can right click here and right click here, and then just draw yourself a gentle arc. Now make sure, because right here is going to be our fold line, so make sure when you're drawing your arc that you try to get it as close to that line as possible. That looks pretty good. Let's take him. I want to try something else. Let's copy him and see if I can just do this. Nope, that won't work. Okay, let's go back and we will do an arc from right click here and right click there. Now notice how this went up, probably about a ½ inch or so. This arc has also got to go up about that same amount. Watch over on the right hand part of the screen as I merge that line. See how it disappears? It's merging into that other line. And that looks good. And then we're going to get rid of this line. Let's copy it first, zoom out. You're going to do the same thing for this other side over here. Let's copy him. Then we can get rid of this line and this line. We can get rid of these lines here. Not that one, this one. And this one and this one. Delete those lines out, and you're going to also delete all of this out. And there's just an odd mark right there. Now you're going to want to group this for now. And then we're going to rotate it. And that's going to give, we're going to rotate from this line right here. from the center, and that line is the one that we want perfectly straight. It's not. Try it again. I'm going to rotate from this corner and see what happens. No. Let's get it really off kilter to begin with, and then we can try it again. Because that other line just can confuse the heck out of you. Now we can see this line and we can work with it. That's almost, it's snapping is what it's doing. You know, I think I'm going to zoom in. And let's rotate it again from down here. See if I can do any better. Down here. Nope. You do have to zoom in a certain amount in order to be able to get this. I have a feeling that's not a straight line. Let's just get it as straight as possible. I think that line has a little bit of curve in it, and we might just straighten it out. Let me look at this for a minute. Let's do some intersecting and see if, let's do a line. Yep, there was a curve. All right, now let's spin this puppy around from this point right here. And that way we can get that line perfectly straight. I think what I'm gonna have to do here, we have a square line tool. Let's rotate, mirror. Where is the square line tool? Here. Square line. Please select an object. Snap to the end point from which to square. Oh, fiddle, I don't have any idea how to use this. I didn't know you went someplace. I didn't realize you went someplace. Actually, that is pretty square, so I'm going to leave it.
Burrito?
What kind of burrito? Yeah, I'll take a burrito.
Quick trip.
Yeah, only about half of one. Funny thing, I was thinking about Taco Bueno. Okay, we're going to group that. So, let's zoom out. Don't forget, you can always hit your escape key. Zoom out. So that is that front peplum right there. And this is going to fit. It's going to give a little, because of the way that the grain line is going to be, it's going to give some curvature and some flounce in through here. And this is just going to fit up right perfectly along this, because we cut it from that. There's no gathering, there's no easing anything in. Okay, so that's all you have to do with that. And then you go around and you do the same thing with this one. Close up this dart up here. And it's not a big deal to close up. And then you're going to just quickly rotate it and give yourself, you can come down here and we could ungroup this, take out this, put a place on fold symbol. And that's probably about 4 inches.
Cox and gas. Got 843 in there now.
Okay. We need our shrink. Where's our shrink scale? I want it to shrink 10%. Only the vertical. Okay, so that gave me our place on fold. And this is the back peplum. We need to go ahead and make sure that we note that. So let's take this and change this text to back peplum. And let's Ralph on green outfit. And we can move him over. This guy kind of needs to be rotated a bit, I think. I don't like him canted like that. That's better. And then you go in, offset, oops, offset 0.625, enter key for apply. You put a seam there, you put a seam here. Now you're going to want to change to your hem length. I'm giving myself 1.5 inches hem length. So this is going to have 1.5 inches. Exit out of it and do your intersecting. Right click, space bar, select, right click, space bar, right click, again, right click, space bar, oops, let's go back. Intersect, select, right click, intersect, select, right click, select, right click, group, Control G, and there's your, oops, didn't get them all, did I? Okay, Control G, and there is your peplum for the back. That's all there is to it. Now, we have gone ahead and made up the top, and I just muslined. I just did the peplum out of a muslin just to see if it's enough flare, because we can always open this up a little bit, do some slash and pivots, or slash and spreads even. No, I don't want to do slash and spread. I want to do a slash and pivot if she wants a little bit more of a drape in through the whole thing. As this is designed, there's not going to be but a little bit of drape, and if you look at the picture, it really doesn't have much drape to it either. It looks like it was just continued on from the waistline to the hip line with however amount of ease was in there. So it was just a real simple thing to do, but that's all it is. If you want to make this outfit, that's basically all you have to do, and everything should turn out fine so long as everything has been fitted to you in the program. I am confident enough that we have worked with enough garments that I've created the patterns for through this program that I can go ahead and pretty much just make anything and sew it up for her. There's very few things other than pants, and I have not got a good working pant sloper for this client yet. Not because the program will not produce one, it will. I just haven't had time to go in and mess and learn and where all the adjustments need to be. So it's entirely my fault that I haven't got one working. So please don't think that you shouldn't buy the program because I haven't got it working. No, you should buy the program. There's so many other things, even if you never get a pant sloper made, there's so many other things that you can do. But it is, I will eventually get a pant sloper made for her, so I will have her measurements and everything. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I've got the skirt to do. I'm going to baste it together so we can do a fit on Tuesday. And then this is going to be the last client garment I'm going to work on until probably about the 20th of May. So you may or may not see videos from me. If they are, they're going to be of my vacation in Colorado and pictures and stuff like that. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Have a great night. And thanks for watching. Please comment or subscribe or like below. I'm not an expert, and if you have a better way of doing things, just let me know, because I'm always interested in learning other people's methods. Mine are not always the best. So, y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching.